He's been called the real estate whiz kid. He's been featured in Forbes magazine, Wall Street Journal, Realtor magazine, other national publications. Seen him on TV, maybe NBC, also with Fox and Friends with the morning show. That's right. You've heard the endorsements on this very radio station from Glenn Beck, from Sean Hannity, Gary LeVox, Barbara Corcoran, and others. Put that all together, it's unprecedented in the world of real estate, especially here in the Myrtle Beach area. Now, every week we find out just a little bit more about some of the trademark systems that Blake has in place for both buyers and sellers. Can't tell you everything because, well, they're trademarked. But if you get involved with Blake, obviously he'll give you all the secrets. But there is one bit of that secret that he can't tell you exactly what it's all about, and that's the biggest part.
Yeah, so this again is my calling, my purpose. I'm just thinking about an instance this past week that I'll talk about in a second, but it's important. Like, everybody has these horror stories here in real estate, which is unfortunate when you're talking about dealing with someone's largest asset in most cases, or one of the largest assets in most cases, right? So what happens is, why do you see success and failure in one house, and why do you see success or failure in a different house? And it really comes down to the biggest mistake that consumers make is they make the mistake of thinking that all real estate agents are the same. And it's something that I've seen this industry just kind of be a curse, because you don't necessarily think that about lawyers or doctors or anything, but when you're dealing with some of your largest asset, they'll just list with anyone or someone they know or whatever it is and just hope to get results, right? And it really comes down to, what's the single most important variable that determines your failure or success as a home seller? Okay, if you ask that, really, it comes down to one thing only. That thing is the agent you choose, period. And why is that? Well, the reason that is because there's 118 different variables from A to Z in selling a property. Each one's handled correctly, guess what that does? Puts money in your pocket, property gets sold. Anything's handled incorrectly, aka they dropped the ball. That could be anything from, do they answer the phone, how fast they respond to people online, or call-ins, right? Do they actually know anything about the neighborhood or the house? Do they know the right data? Do they know how to take the right photos and put the photos in the right order to have a buyer potentially want to book a showing, right? All these pieces of the puzzle, if any one of those are mismanaged, guess what? That costs you traffic, costs you demand, and it costs the property getting sold in most cases. And so what we did, and what made us obviously different, is we first identified every single variable, right? That's how we know there's 118 of them. And then we create a system that's proven and repeatable that creates maximum leverage for our clients at every single point. And so we created maximum leverage at point one, maximum leverage at point two. And we looked at like stacking the dominoes. So at the end, these small increments create a massive gap on the back end once you stack those up in what we call the compound effect, right? Small increments stacked up over 118 different variables make a massive, massive difference, which ultimately give our client a huge competitive advantage when they're selling a property in that aspect. Why is that? Because most agents are one single agent trying to juggle all the balls, and what you find is they just do the three Ps. One, they promise a really good listing. Two, they put it to MLS, and three, they just praise when brings a buyer. Meanwhile, they're down the street hunting down the next listing. Why is that? Because I grew up in the business. I saw it happen continuously, and you see that happen because that's how 99% of agents operate in North America. Single agent trying to do everything themselves. And so the challenge with that is on the flip side, on the buyer side, guess what? The same exact equation, right? What's the single most important variable that determines your favorite success as a home buyer comes down to one thing only. That thing is the agent you choose, right? And specifically how they actually go through the 100 plus variables on the buy side, which are usually the flip side opposite of the seller side, right? We did the same exact thing there, designed a system that's proven repeatable to create maximum leverage for our client in that aspect. For the sellers mentioned before, it's called the guaranteed sold system. Only proven system sells twice as fast and for up to 20% more money than traditional methods. For the buyers out there, we've had the unfair advantage home buying system, get you priority access to foreclosures, distress sales, desperate sellers, the absolute best negotiation in purchase price, also through negotiation of home inspection. But bottom line in both those, you want, right? You want someone who's done thousands of transactions, because as you go through these, you come up with challenges, right, and equations and things that come up that make you make adjustments forward. Versus in our MLS, average agent sells about 4 homes a year, right? You wouldn't get LASIK eye surgery from a doctor who's on L4, but we'll list our house with somebody who's got the license 2 weeks ago, who's our friend's brother's uncle, sister's best friend, right? You want to make sure that you're going with a true expert when you're dealing with your largest asset, right? So much more important than just selling something, washer on Facebook Marketplace. This is your largest asset. Make sure you have an actual expert. We just had a great listener email me this week wanting me to help his agent sell his property because the agent was getting results, right? I'm a great listener to your show, listen to you all the time, but my agent's not getting the job done. Can you help me out and go have your buyers show my agent's property? No, that's not how we do business, right? I invest tens of thousands of dollars every single month on buyer traffic from across the country, and we do one thing. We share those buyers with our sellers. Why? Because they had the smartness to come call us first, call out, reach out to the expert and someone who's going to help get them the result they deserve. But it takes one thing, right? Not just listen to the show each week, taking action, reaching out and calling me. So if you want to get that adjustment, you want to get the results, reach out, give us a call, 843-808-SOLD.
All right, we got a lot of show to get to. We're going to get to it in just a second. Coming up in just a minute, we've got an update on what's going on as far as the market is concerned, and we'll look at some of the most important numbers you're going to hear all weekend, which is the interest rates. That's all coming your way in just a second. Get in touch with Blake Sloan today. If you're interested in anything you're hearing, you want to hear more, great. Call him at Sloan Realty Group. The phone number is real easy, 843-8-SOLD, 843-808-SOLD, or go online to blakesloan.com. BlakeSloan.com.
Hey, if you were in the market to make the most money for your home, Sean Hannity here with some important advice. Now, look, I'm an active investor. I have bought and sold a lot of properties in hot, cold, moderate markets. And one of the lessons I have learned is this. Hire the agent that knows how to create the most demand for your home. Now, if I needed a demand in this market, no question, there's only one real estate agent I trust if I needed to sell my home. I'm talking about Blake Sloan of Sloan Realty Group. Now, he services the entire Myrtle Beach area, attracts hundreds of buyers every week, and sells on average every 24 hours. Now, that helps you generate multiple offers and sell your home for the most money possible. Plus, it's like getting an immediate offer on your home, because if your home doesn't sell for the price and the deadline you agree to, you will have it bought for cash, and he offers flexible fees. Find out how much demand your home can command right now. Call the agent that creates the most demand. Call today at 808-SOLD. That's 808-SOLD. Or online at blakesloan.com. That's blakesloan.com.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. To sell your home and get your home sold.
The Expert Advantage Real Estate Show, along with Blake Sloan. Call Blake today at his office at Sloan Realty Group at 843-808-SOLD, or go online to blakesloan.com to find out more about the show that you're hearing right here today. Coming up next, we'll find out what the mortgage rates are like in the area today as of right now. Let's also find out what's happening in the market right now. Seen anything interesting?
Yeah, it's crazy. Numbers still coming in from last month to kind of make it even impressive, right? We had one of the strongest months I've seen since we've been doing the show, right? The single largest price jump I've seen since the history of this show. We've been doing this for about 8, 9, maybe longer years, 10 years, I don't know. A very long time. And the reality is it's huge, right? And that's crazy because it was in January. So resale homes, which is majority of the marketplace, right? Single family resales last month up 10%. And so even like we had the live numbers last week, it was 8.4%, I think. And so extra data has been put in so you can kind of look back. So the comparison, if you go back to January 2019, the average sale price increase on those 407 sales, a 20.1% increase in prices, which is huge, right? One of the biggest jumps we've seen, like I said, history of tracking this overall. And what's driving that is what you're seeing here, the overall supply. We all know it's supply and demand driven in this business. We've been talking about this for the past few months. You go back and watch on YouTube. We were talking about the same exact thing as we stream this, but the inventory is one of the lowest it's been. It's a 17.6% decrease overall in regards to actual properties on the market compared to the same time last year. So 10% increase in sales, a 17.6% decrease in inventory. Overall, guess what? That's where you see a 20% jump in price, where you're seeing homeowners capture a great amount of equity, more than they thought they had in many cases, by playing the numbers right. We talked in last week's show too how we're seeing buyer traffic this year is moving much earlier, right? It's been up for the past 5 months in a row nationally, which is why you're seeing this driven, right? We see another low for interest rates we'll talk about in a second. That's what's driving people to move, and also affordability for people to move up to larger properties in that regard. Right now we're at 4.2 months inventory. Last week we're at 4.1 months inventory, so a few more homes on the market, which is good. That's what I'm seeing the most important numbers right now. Double-digit drop in inventory, double-digit increase in sales, and a double-digit kind of, if you look at 10 times 2 at 20% increase in prices, is a very, very, very good and very early spring market for home sellers right now. Literally, I mentioned I was kind of had a super stressful week with my team because we'll sell stuff in an amount of hours to buyers we already have needing more inventory. And so I think it's important to understand that, if you're thinking about selling, take advantage of the overall marketplace right now. People moving down, right? We've had thousands and thousands of buyers that my team talks to, every from across the Northeast, right? That's kind of ours. We follow up with all of our clients. We have to touch them at least once every other week, kind of check in, how's their search doing. Everyone's in my team's talked about this week in our training that a lot of their clients are coming down this year earlier than normal, looking at property. One, because it's finally getting cold up north, right? They're dealing with that. They want to come down here, and we have what they want, which is affordability, right? And also convenience. And so that's the one thing to kind of look at, understand. I was in that mastermind group, and what that is basically is an invite-only group of people from across the country. You have to be top 1% teams, and basically we all met. We meet in different places across the country 3 times a year, and the last one was in Miami. But basically, what you find here is that in these other areas, they're down to 2 months inventory. So when we compared our marketplaces, obviously I was concerned that's going down. Many of them are ahead of us, usually 6 to 8 months or 2 months. But the challenge is you have a standstill because no one will sell because they can't find anything to buy.
Right.
And so what happens, it kind of puts a lock on there. And then also what's a big challenge I've noticed in a lot of the bigger metropolitan areas that was really kind of eye-opening for me, because I knew what was going on, but I did not know the highest level of what's going on, is a lot of these are going to institutional buyers, meaning that they're buying so much of this inventory, they're off market, sometimes on market, to giant hedge funds, right? We're not seeing that. We track out a lot of the data here, and what's sold each month. We have a third-party company that data of anyone that buys multiple properties, what their name is, their LLC, and all that stuff, because we obviously want to find big investor clients too that we're able to match up some properties, investment properties and stuff too. So long story short, we're not seeing that as much here, but a lot of areas across the country, it's eating up massive inventory because you have these companies own thousands and thousands of single family homes to rent out, or playing that long market play. And so that's also putting a stranglehold on a lot of inventory nationwide. Again, they're going to move other places once those continue to dry up, and so that's something that we may see as well. But it's going to continue to get even lower. And right now, in my opinion, based on what even others are telling me in that group, is that we're at a sweet spot right now because there's not that deadlock of people looking to buy and sell and holding on to what they have. So Myrtle Beach, we know, is a seasonal marketplace, right? The busiest months of the year, are pretty much April, May, June, July. But here's the thing. I was talking to my team on this last week, is a 60-day close, 45 to 60-day close on financing deals, right? Cash 30 days. But those deals that close in April, May, June, guess when the buyer's finding them, right? Right about now, right? So late February, March, April, you're seeing that pinned, which means going under contract, inspections, all that stuff. And so don't wait till the mid-spring to put your property in the market, because those pending deals are already there. It's going to close in those busy months, right? And so that's a key thing to look at as well. You want to play the timing up. And again, one of the big concerns I talked about in a couple weeks show was that buyer traffic is much earlier this year on a national level than it has been. One thing is driving that, obviously, interest rates. We'll get to that in a second here. But overall, single family, we need inventory. If you think about selling, know anyone thinking about selling, or if they had a challenge in the past and it did not sell, reach out to me. I'll show you the numbers that will absolutely blow your mind. You probably, what I found is, when the market was super hot in 2005, 6, all those years, what we were selling a lot of is second home condos, and basically investment properties. This time, what makes this market different is people we're selling to are people moving down here, relocating. Second homes are going to use a lot. We're not seeing as much speculation as before. This is purely users who are selling what they're finding up north, coming down here. And part of the data that backs that up, that theory for me, is looking at condos, where condos still doing great. Last month, condo sales up 2% from the same month last year. So kind of give you an example, January last year, 355, January this year, 362. So that's up. Inventory down 5.9% at 4.8 months of inventory, still very low. And the one key number, if you look at price, average price up 4.6% last month. You look at median price up 7.2% at 139. 388. And so remember, the median price for single families, the average price for single families over 300,000. Can't tell you last time I saw that here in our area. And so it tells you what type of buyers buying here, which allows us to reverse engineer, from a data standpoint, how we're able to target buyers, and obviously how we help our seller get more money overall. And so that's just something that's interesting to kind of look at overall as well. Again, into new construction, it's interesting too. The data there is not the greatest to get. Closed sales last month up 5.3%. In my opinion, it's much higher than that. It's because a lot of the national builders don't report every single home. So they'll put one model XYZ into the MLS data, but they may sell 3 other model XYZs just using that one listing, right? And so there's much more in there that you really got to dig into to look at. I like to break down per area, per zip code if we do that, but not enough time in the show. Overall prices month versus month. Looking at average price up 3.9% at 296. 184. And again, this is one of the first times this past month that we finally saw average sale price of resale surpass average sale price of new construction. And again, that has a lot to do with who's moving down here, what they're buying, and also the big strain on single family homes for sale. And so right now the inventory for new homes, 5.3 months inventory, actually an increase. And that has a lot to do with been building like crazy for the past few years, right? Open up areas, building infrastructure, trying to keep up with demand. And so that's just something to kind of watch out there as well. So bottom line is we're seeing some crazy numbers right now. If you're thinking about selling, it's a time you can obviously tell by my energy probably that like it's crazy right now. People are moving in here like crazy from all over the country in the Northeast. We're very well dialed into them, and we need homes to sell. Bottom line, take anything to the show. Obviously, I want to educate everyone out there to just have the great information to, one, make good decisions, two, have great conversations with friends and family or dinner parties, whatever it is, and just provide value. But the one thing that we track this every week for the past, I don't know, like I said, 8, 10 years, however long. How long has it been? You remember?
I actually don't remember.
It's a long way. It's a really long time, right? So I haven't seen this in a very long time. We're doing the show, and so take advantage of that, right? Reach out. We're super laid back, super cool from a talking standpoint. Like we'll give you straight up advice. Hey, look, you may want to think about selling, may not want to sell based on your area and your micro market. One of the things that's driving this right now, interest rates. We see another low for interest rates, which is crazy. Have not been this low, in this long for basically 3.5 years, which is crazy. Yeah. Another low we hit basically this week, 3.45% right now, teeter between 3.43, which is the 1-year low, and also getting down to right at a 3.5-year low, which is crazy. So a 30-year now, 3.45%, super low in that regard. 15-year fixed rate, 3.13%. A 30-year FHA loan, 3.23%. A jumbo loan, 3.61%. And a 5-year adjust rate mortgage right now, 3.30%. So crazy low rates. Like I said, the one thing that sticks out to me once again is you got a 30-year FHA right now, 3.23%. You can get into, and they raised the max price on those pretty high, but you can get in with little less 3% down, and in many cases you can own for much cheaper than you can rent as well. And so what's kind of driving that? Obviously, there's a bunch of different things that kind of been driving this overall: the trade war, coronavirus, all this stuff for 2020. But bottom line is the market's smoking, man. It's crazy. People are buying like crazy. People are able to finally sell what they had up north. They're back in positive equity. They're moving down here. And I guarantee a lot of people that are listening probably have more equity than you think. You can always go online, get evaluation at blakesloan.com. Also, reach out to us, 843-808-SOLD for sure.
All right, we still got more show to get to in just a minute. Coming up, we've got the hot buyers alert to let you know what's going on as far as if you're looking to sell and how many people are out there looking for your home right now. In addition to that, some great success stories to get to in just a second as well. Get in touch with Blake Sloan now. It's Sloan Realty Group. The phone number is 843-808-SOLD, 843-808-SOLD, or go online to blakesloan.com, blakesloan.com.
Hey, Myrtle Beach, it's Gary LaBosse, lead singer of Rascal Flatts. When I'm Moving On won the award for ACM Song of the Year, it's
about 4.5 minutes.
Wow, I went long on that. That's all right.
That's life's big change. For many, that happens when it comes time to sell their home. If you're moving on, you want a real estate agent who will make selling your home easy and stress-free. An agent who's willing to let you out of the contract if you're not happy with their service. That's why at Myrtle Beach, I can tell you that Blake Sloan of Sloan Realty Group markets your home on a whole different level. Now listen, Blake is so confident in his ability to sell your home quickly and for more money that he guarantees to sell it or he'll buy it himself. If you're moving on, trust Blake to provide your family a stress-free home sale experience. Find Blake Sloan online at blakesloan.com, or you can call him at 843-808-SOLD. Start packing.
The Expert Advantage Real Estate Show with Blake Sloan. Use that phone number, 843-808-SOLD. Call Blake. Don't think about it. Just do it. All right, time right now for the Hot Buyers Alert. Blake and his team working with just so many people out there looking for homes in the Myrtle Beach area, anywhere from the range of $150,000 to $3.5 million. So if you're thinking of selling, contact Blake immediately at that same phone number, 843-808-SOLD. Active home buyers on his website right now, over 56,000. He broke the 56,000 barrier.
Finally.
So, I got a lot of people out there looking for every home, and they want to be the first to see it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, these are real people, username, password, account, like right now on the site. Terry Yusko from New Britain, Connecticut is on here. She's been here 68 visits. We have 78 properties, 2 favorites right now, real time, right? We got Michelle Faslini from Youngstown, Ohio on the site, 46 visits, 79 properties. We got Justin Lease from Ultica, UTICA, Michigan, whatever that is. We got Joe from Weirton, West Virginia, brand new, just got on the site a couple days ago, 13 visits, 16 properties. And the reality is real people that we have a need of listings, right? Because they're searching, trying to find what they want. And so if you know someone thinking about selling, have them reach out to us. We're the one kind of example, in my opinion, that we're marketing for buyers all across the country every single hour of every single day, because people go one place. They go online. We spend massive amounts of money online, both in Google, Zillow, everybody out there. We're capturing that traffic from outside the area and able to help bring them. And obviously, we have technology that we've developed help us literally match up buyer and seller based on the buyer's previous search activities. So if you're going to have a coworker, if you like them, you don't like them, whatever it is, drag them in, right? Beat them the head, club with the head, whatever it is, have them come to the office, because don't have them make the decision, right? Don't make them make a bad decision or allow them to do so. Or, people listen to the show, call us first. Don't have to listen week after week and hear about success story while your property sitting on the market with someone else, and then you're emailing me trying to get me to help. I'm more than happy to, of course, but obviously our priority is to our own clients who call us and reach out, because that's what we're hired to do, right? So really quick, a couple of success stories I'm super proud of. We have a ton this week, but I'm going to hit 2. This is a cool story I'm very proud of. Sue was in a very difficult situation, going through a divorce, and her big finding someone she could trust to help get maximum dollar and take out her maximum equity when she was selling, right? Also, someone who can help navigate that. That's something we've done hundreds of over the year. Very, very good at. Thankfully, she's referred to us by an amazing radio listener. She came in. We helped design a customer strategy, get maximum dollar for her home. She wanted to exit with maximum dollars. That was her goal, right? We made that plan, launched global marketing blitz, professional photos, drove massive traffic. Just a few days in the market, received multiple offers on her home at full asking price offer. Now she can move on with zero stress, putting maximum dollar of her hard equity in your pocket. Last one, really quick. Russ and Debbie. And this is what we see a lot of these too, especially everybody, a lot of listeners from this station. Is where we get a lot of people want to downsize, right? Too much house to deal with, and Russ and Debbie looking to downsize from a larger home into an easier to maintain condo. Want to put maximum dollar in their pocket for the transition. Here's the cool part. Debbie's a past client of ours. We've helped sell 2 other properties for her in the past, both of which of those sold in 1 week, which is really cool. We came in, designed custom strategy for the high-end home, launched global marketing blitz, professional photos, drove massive traffic, received an offer for 98.5% of asking price with only a couple of days. Now they go and purchase their condo, putting maximum equity in their pocket. So bottom line is, it's moving right now, and we need inventory. How much time we got?
Just got like 1 minute.
So one thing's cool. So as prices have gone up the past year, here's one thing that's a crazy number, right? Like all these states are seeing appreciation. And what happens is, if you look at, despite prices going up by average $13,000 year over year, that same property, the mortgage payment required dropped by 10%. So as mortgage rates have dropped, the crazy thing that you're seeing, right, is basically you have a 16% increase in buying power. That's an advantage of moving up that a lot of people don't realize. The buying power is a big advantage for you.
Absolutely. So much great information, but if you want to get more or you want to find out what Blake's all about, just give him a call. I mean, it's really easy to do, to pick up the phone. Sloan Realty Group is where you're going to be calling. 843-808-SOLD, 843-808-SOLD, or go online to blakesloan.com, blakesloan.com. Blake, great stuff. We'll see you again next week.
Thank you. Yes, sir. I'll be here.
All right, sounds good. It's the Expert Advantage Real Estate Show with Blake Sloan.
Selling your home doesn't have to be filled with drama or having to pay hidden fees. Hey, your friend Sean Hannity here to tell you, as an active investor, I firmly believe in working with the smartest local agents who sell homes in high volume. Prepare your home to create the most demand when it does go on the market to sell for the highest price. And don't fill your life with drama while you wait for your home to sell. When I want to know what's happening, there's only one agent I call. I'm talking Blake Sloan of Sloan Realty Group. Now, every single day on average, he sells multiple homes and attracts new homes, which gets you early access to great homes before they hit the market.